What's up, my kings, queens, and trolls of YouTube? This is your girl, Queen C, and this week is about to be serious, okay? Now, I've been seeing a bunch of dumbass memes talking about who should come first, your mama, your baby mama, your fiance, your girlfriend, your side chick, your damn dog. Just a whole bunch of foolishness. I've seen whose plate should you fix first, your man's or your children's. I've seen, people talk about some women submit and let their men cheat. I've just seen a whole bunch of damn foolishness, and some of this stuff I really want to address because I understand it's hard trying to have a relationship. It's hard trying to maintain, your people in your life, along with your spouses and your significant other and your kids and all that kind of stuff. So I wanted to address some of these things. And that's why I decided to do this series of videos. I had been wanting to, talk about this kind of stuff for a long time. And now that I have a platform, I'm hoping, I can help, shed some insight to you guys on kind of how to build and have a successful relationship. Now, mind you, I was married before, and that was a 10-year relationship. And now my current relationship, that's 14 years, okay? So yes, I have had some issues with in-laws that you would not believe, some straight up frackanacko ass bullshit. So I'm going to try my best to help you guys, maneuver through some of these things, because it can really be hard out there. And a lot of times, a lot of relationships end because of in-laws and family members, or just not knowing the order and how relationships are supposed to be. So anyway, I wanted to talk to you guys about leaving and cleaving. I'm sure some of you have heard of it, and probably some of you haven't. And I know you're like, what the hell is leaving and cleaving? All right, so let's start with leaving. Now, I believe by design, we are all supposed to grow up and have our own castle. We're supposed to have our own king and our own queen of each castle. So my husband is my king, I'm his queen, and our daughters are our princesses. Now, our job as a king and queen with our children are to raise them. This is the time where we have the most influence on our princesses and princes. You raise them, you give them all the tools you possibly can to go out into this world, become their own kings and queens, build their own castles, and be productive members of society. We give them the tools for success. We give them the tools for family life. We set the example for how they should live their lives. We set the blueprint. Now, does that mean they have to do things by the T? Of course not, because we didn't do it by the T for the kings and queens that raised us. We come together, we build our castle, we have our own values, traditions, and all those things, and we have to allow our kings and queens that we raise to go out and do the same. We cannot be meddlesome in their lives. We can't control their lives. Just like we learn from our mistakes, you have to give them room to grow and learn from their mistakes as well. So that's part of leaving. And for you up and coming kings and queens who are getting ready to leave the nest and go build your own castle, what you have to do before you leave is you have to thank your parents. Thank your parents for doing the best that they could to provide for you, take care of you, and you reassure them that they have given you the best tools in life to make you go out in this world and be successful as a king, as a queen, as a provider, as a parent, whatever it is that you're destined to be. You reassure them that they have done the best that they could, and they have given you what you needed to go out into this world, make your own choices, and be successful. Because if you don't, and you leave the nest and you keep coming back and needing them, then you are opening the door for opinions and control. So what you need to do is you need to make sure that when you leave your parents' home and you go out into this world, you go out into this world knowing that you are now a king and a queen, and you're going to make your own way in life. Now, does that mean you can't go to your parents for help or advice? Or no, absolutely not. That's not what I'm saying. But you can't expect to leave then keep coming back and then want to move back home with your girlfriends or your boyfriends and have your parents, taking care of y'all, footing the bill for y'all, and expect them not to have no say, because this is their motherfucking castle. So they are going to have some say. So if you want to be able to be a man or a woman and go out in this world and have your own castle and rule your own kingdom, you can't try that living back at another queen and king's castle. You can't do that. And they're going to have a right to have an opinion if you keep on coming back and needing them for money, for a place to live, to help you with your car, all that kind of stuff. You have to be able to stand on your own 2 feet. If you want to be treated as a king and you want your wife to be respected as a queen, or vice versa. Because if you are a queen and you go out and you go get a man and he's not a king and he can't help you provide, he can't help you do things, and you got to come back to your king and queen parents and start asking them for money and stuff like that, with that money comes control and say in your life. So if you don't want that, you need to make sure you choose properly. But that's part of leaving. Part of leaving, every king and queen knows when they raise their children have to leave their castle and go out and build their own. You have to allow them to do that. And as princes and princesses turning into kings and queens, you know that you will have to leave your parents' castle and build your own. And you're going to have to do that on your own. That's what you were destined to do. You get out there, you leave, you create your own family, you build your own kingdom, your own castle, and you live your life. And that's how you live in harmony as parents and children. Even though you're not a child, you're still their child. So if you want their respect as a man and a woman, get out into this world, earn your own, and don't lean on them for what you need. Get what you got to get. Whatever they're willing to give you as a parting gift to build in your new life, you accept that. Thank you. That's a gift. But the moment you have to keep going and running back to them, they are going to constantly be meddlesome in your life. Meddlesome in your life. And if you don't want that, you have to cut the cord once you leave. So again, you leave appropriately. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, Dad. You've done a wonderful job raising me. I couldn't want for anything else. I appreciate everything you taught me, and I'm ready to go out here and try this on my own. As parents, okay, son, okay, daughter, it's time for you to get out of here and go ahead and live your life. Here's something to get you started. We love you. We think you've grown up to be a fine young man, a fine young woman, and we are confident that you can go out in this world, make your own decisions, choose your own king, your own queen, and build your own life. Okay? That's it. So that's how you leave. That's how you leave. But a lot of you people, you want to, have one foot in one door and the other foot in another door, and then you wonder why, everybody is still in your business. You have to be able to leave, and you have to be able to respectfully leave. Not get mad and storm out your parents' house thinking you're going to teach them a lesson. Not get mad and throw your kids out on the street and they don't have no survival skills and think that they're going to make it, and then you have to end up keep helping them anyway. Everybody wants to leave on level ground, stable, and friendly. You want to leave respectfully, okay? And now I know everybody isn't raised by a king and a queen in the household and all that kind of stuff. I understand, some people don't have their parents, both of their parents in their home, and that's okay. But you single parents, and unfortunately a lot of times it's single moms, you have to let your children leave, okay? You have to let them, you have to raise them to be able to leave. Not raise them to make them feel like they have to take care of you for the rest of their life. Your mistakes are not their mistakes. They shouldn't have to pay the price for you not finding an appropriate mate or anything like that and having to raise them on their own. They should not have to suffer the consequences. If you choose to make your children your life and you don't choose to date and you don't choose to, find somebody for you, that's not their fault. But you cannot hold your children back. You will be doing them a disservice, especially when you make your sons think that they have to take care of you and they have to replace your husbands. Because a lot of times that shit happens, and you got these young men that try to find wives and try to have relationships and create their own family, and you got moms who've treated them like husbands, sisters who've acted like their dads, and then all of a sudden y'all want to have a problem with this new woman because you feel as though she's taking him away. You know, we'll get more into that, but this is my first segment. Stay tuned for the next one. It's going to be about cleaving, and until my next video, peace from the Sea Hive.